Aren't you tired of pretending to be confident? Do you understand that when you become so confident within yourself that most of your worries go away? Don't you want the confidence that's going to make you feel like you're on top of the world all the time, no matter what is thrown at you, no matter who is saying something to you, no matter who is trying to bring you down? Confidence is like that bubble that is like impossible to pop. Don't you want that? Isn't it time? Isn't it time we finally understand how to actually be confident? Well, you're in the right place because we're gonna talk about that today. Grab your drinks, grab your notepad, write this down, save this video, do these tips. We're gonna become confident. So we're gonna go over the 4 tips. The 4th one is definitely the best one. I saved it for last because I feel like it's important to go over the first 3 points first before you even achieve the 4th one, but it's definitely the one that's going to change your life the most. Tip number 1 is to make sure that you're keeping promises to yourself, because when you keep promises to yourself, then you're building your trust within yourself, and confidence comes from trust. You are literally trusting in your ability to achieve something, and that makes you confident. It's important to not overpack your schedule and understand your time management skills, because if you're trying to overpack your schedule, your to-do list with so many things and then you don't get those things done, you're gonna feel like you broke your promise to yourself. You can't even keep the promise to yourself. How do you expect to keep it for other people? How do you expect other people to trust in you if you can't even trust in yourself? You literally build that trust within yourself by constantly working on the thing that you're trying to improve in. Realizing that the work that you put in is what builds that trust and what builds that confidence in your ability to actually perform that trust or perform that certain task. That is what builds your confidence. So I hope that made sense. If it doesn't, just let me know in the comments and I will 100% try to break that down even more for you guys. But keep your promises to yourself. That's step number 1. Tip number 2 is to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with confident people. You guys have heard who you surround yourself with is who you become. And that is the most truest statement that I've ever heard. Because the people you surround yourself with is literally the exact same energy that you are attracting into your life. If you are a person who's unconfident and you surround yourself with confident people, you kind of have no choice but to stoop to up to their level, to get up to their level. If not, then you're either going to be left behind or feel like shit the whole entire time that you're hanging out with them. Someone who is unconfident will make you want to feel unconfident because they feel left out, they feel left behind. So they're going to make you feel bad for things that you're confident about. They're going to judge you based off the things that you're confident about and try to bring you down because they don't want to feel left out. They don't want to feel like they're a waste. The more confident you get, the more that you have to surround yourself with the people who are also confident within themselves, so you can constantly be upgrading, constantly be self-developing, and not being brought down to other people's levels. Whoever you need to get rid of in your life that's trying to do that to yourself, get them out of here because you don't need that in your life. If I speak too fast, let me know in the comments, okay? Because that means I need to slow it down. But I am Latina. You know the Latinas be speaking hella fast. So I do get it from my culture. I get it from my parents. But tip number 2 has everything to do about taking care of yourself. And this is a really sensitive subject because a lot of people, if you think about pretty privilege is a very, very real thing. But so many people have the wrong concept of what pretty privilege is. Because social media exists, everyone thinks that pretty privilege is who has the perfect hair, the perfect skin type, the perfect small waist, eating salads and chicken and rice every single day, and going to Pilates. And although a lot of those aspects do symbolize what pretty is literally you taking care of yourself, and that is going to look completely different to everyone. But people know whether you're taking care of yourself or not, because the way that you treat yourself is the way that other people are going to see you and other people are going to treat you. So if you're treating yourself like poop, then other people are also going to see you that way, and they're also not going to respect you and also treat you the same way. It makes sense because the energy that you're putting out into the world is the same energy that you're attracting back. So if you're putting out the energy that you cannot take care of yourself, then you're going to attract the same energy of people who disrespect you. You don't have to have a small waist. You don't have to have the biggest dump truck there is. You don't have to have big bitties. You don't have to. But what you do have to do is making sure you're taking care of your body, because everyone has a different body type, which means that you can't attain my body. You can't attain my body type, and I can't attain yours. That is very normal. But what you can do is still making sure that you're getting active enough where you're able to keep your body in shape, and what shape means to you is different to me. So if you're taking care of yourself and you are carrying yourself outside with confidence, but because you feel good inside and out and you're able to portray that out onto the world, people are going to respect you more opportunities are going to be presented to you. So this is tip number 4, and again, this is my favorite one. This is the one that completely changed my life the most, but I had to make sure that I did tip number 1 through 3 in order to really embody tip number 4. Tip number 4 is to understand what you can control. It's a complete life game changer, as you realize really the only thing that you can control is you and your actions. You cannot control what is coming into your life. You can put out what you want to come into your life, and normally when you're putting out the things that are aligning with the goals that you're trying to achieve, those things are going to be what's attracted into your life. That's just kind of how the law of attraction works. Realizing that you really can't control the things that are coming into your life. You kind of just have to take the hits and then control what your reaction is to those things that are coming into your life. You can't control other people. You can't control what they think. You can't control how they treat you. When you realize that, you let go of the pressure of trying to get everyone else's approval, because you just can't control whether they approve of you or not. And that's where your confidence is. If your confidence is coming from the approval of other people, that means that you're seeking outside validation, when really you should be seeking the validation that is within yourself. Once you realize that you are the only person that can validate yourself, that can fill your own cup, once you realize that you can only control what you think, what you do, then you let go of all the outside circumstances and you become free. That is called freedom. When a situation comes up where, I don't know, just something is thrown at you, you're able to kind of take a step back and realize, okay, I wasn't able to control that. That just kind of got thrown into my life. But you know what I am able to control? How I'm going to respond to that certain situation. You are not the victim. You will never be the victim unless you want to be the victim. No matter what is happening into your life, you can control your response. You choose to be the victim or you choose to do something about it. There's not much more to say to that. Like that tip right there, tip number 4, please take tip number 4. That completely changed my life. Confidence comes from real self-love. You can't fake confidence. So I really hope that you listen to these tips and incorporate into your life. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. Again, if you have any questions, if you have any topics that you want me to talk about, leave it down below. I will see you guys in the next video.